Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana Romanovska. I am a certified family law specialist practicing family law in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Today I would like to talk about another reason people get divorced, which is addiction. And I'm going to make it more interactive, share some videos with you. Let's begin.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Do you write songs or anything?
I don't sing no song.
What?
I'll be right back. Okay, just give me 1 second. Jack?
So, needless to say that when at the beginning of a relationship, someone has drinking addiction, it could be any type of addiction. I think there are 200 addictions according to a 12-step program. It's already a huge problem, I would say red flag, and usually people do not recover unless they decide and recognize that they have a problem. So Jack is a famous singer. He meets a woman and she notices that he has this addiction and he wants to support her career. And at some point she realizes maybe his addiction is so overpowering that it's not possible to pursue her career while being in the step of a relationship.
Maybe he drinks a bit much. I'll tell you one thing, though. He's never brought a girl on stage before. And it's been a long, long time since he played like that.
One more time. I'll be up all night watching.
This place is... I don't feel this way about everybody.
Well, good. We're on the same page. You come sing.
Where?
Oh, First Stop's Arizona.
I'm never getting on that thing with you when you've been drinking.
Well, I haven't even thought about drinking or anything else.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, when an addict promises not to drink without getting help, it's doomed to fail, because without some therapy, 12-step program, without any outside tools, the symptoms of the addiction will eventually catch up. And addiction, drinking or whatever addiction, it's just a tool to repress it and soften the edges of the pain. You know, it becomes really difficult when children get born and involved in this type of situation where an addict comes home and is just acting out, is drunk. Children see that model and they grow up in that environment and they don't know later what a healthy relationship would look like. And it's just minimal. What if the addict starts to become violent? And I had a case where I did ask the other side, who was an addict, to undergo a 12-step program and have 1 year supervised visits, and then lift the supervision after proving that the addict have been gone through a 12-step program on a weekly basis, therapy, and he agreed. So that was exceptional. Usually addicts are not, you don't meet singers on world-class singers and every day. So I understand they have charming qualities, but as a warning, it's a very slippery slope. And usually the addict is then in need of this other person who becomes codependent, and the whole family is codependent with an addict trying to save him. And it's a common young women mistake, thinking that they can save the addict from their addiction with their care and love, which doesn't work. Stay away from addicts.
These amazing producers he wants to bring in to record my songs. I mean, it was so nice talking to him, and he really believes in me. What are you doing? You jealous fuck.
I'm so happy.
You ain't even heard from him.
I haven't heard from him.
I haven't been able to find him. I called him like 3 times.
Listen, what happened with the dancers then? Don't not use them and then miss a couple steps.
I am who I am. And I'm worried about Jack.
I will find Jack, okay?
Jack. I feel like we've done this before. Got hooked up with some manager guy wants to. She's good, bro. Maybe she's a way out.
Well, an addict just needs a reason to start drinking. I mean, anything that triggers their pain that they haven't addressed, abandonment, separation, PTSD that they haven't dealt with, anything that triggers that pain will get them to drink. So I'm happy that, that Allie was able to move on with her career, but it shows, this movie really shows how addiction takes its course when it's not treated. And a lot of marriages fall apart. It could be anything. It could be gambling addiction, right?
They're nominated for 3 Grammys, and it's fucking great.
Thank you. How did you find that out?
Bobby told me.
Yeah, just keep drinking. That'll give you the answer.
Maybe I just fucking failed you. It just
You
kills
what?
me. I'm sorry.
You failed me?
Yeah, you're embarrassing, and it's just, I feel
I'm
bad
embarrassing?
Yeah, I just,
I'm not fucking embarrassing.
I just have to tell
You're
you, I gotta
embarrassing.
be
And you
honest
know what
with
you're
you,
doing is you're so embarrassed of
I
your
just
fucking
gotta
self
know.
that you got to put me down.
You're ugly and you're not. I'm trying to tell you that, so you need to get all this fucking approval by all these other people, and this. Why can't I just be enough for you?
What I like is from my boyfriend to love me. Actually, from my husband to love me.
Who's your fucking boyfriend? You have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I've got a boyfriend.
That hurts.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend.
Call me your fucking boyfriend.
You're my boyfriend. You're my boyfriend if you don't treat me like your wife.
I don't even know what that fucking means.
It means clean your shit up. You're fucking messy.
You see now, and that's the cycle of addiction. It becomes abusive. So he's really jealous of her professional career because he is not addressing his addiction, and he needs to put her down to feel better about himself, which she is putting him in his place, rightfully so. But I don't think this relationship can last very long if they don't find a better way to communicate, especially if he doesn't treat his addiction. That's the bottom line. So addiction affects relationship, it affects career, it affects children, it affects every area in life. And there are functional addicts, but it's a ticking time bomb. I have cases where women said to me, and it could be men too, I knew he has a drinking problem, but I thought he said he will change. I believed him. Just don't. I mean, really, I wouldn't suggest to marry anyone until they actually have gone through 1-year program, until they have shown consistent change. Otherwise, it's going to be doomed to fail. It's like going into a relationship knowing that it's not going to survive and just fantasize about it would last. So, yeah, not a good start. Well, she's married already, which is not a smart move on her part to marry someone who has serious addiction.
Yeah.
I said you haven't been drinking. I can tell.
No, I haven't. No.
Just made me enough.
Okay. What do you mean you don't want me to sing?
They hired this fucking kid at the last minute that didn't tell me a fucking thing.
You sure?
Yeah, great. They have me going in early, so I gotta go now. And, but I made sure that they tell me where you're sitting, so I can go right after.
Okay.
I don't want to miss the award.
Okay.
It's right before it.
Right. Look on your face.
I do? Well, let's go.
Amazing. Gonna get to see you perform tonight, get to see you sing.
I thought he was supposed to be singing.
Okay. He apologized. He promised not to drink. This is an exact classical addiction cycle. She forgives him. He promises to be better. Then a little bit he's better, and then he's back to what he actually is. I mean, the bottom line, therapy, 12-step program. Without that, he just does it for the wrong reasons. He wants to keep her, but it's not because he understands that he needs to address his own personal reasons, his personal symptoms. Being angry and being abusive is also type of addiction. So if someone is very angry and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was angry, but they just kind of repeat that cycle. So don't think that drinking is the only addiction. It could be anything, addicted to adrenaline of screaming, of being sort of in fake power, I guess the word for that. So I would also recommend to stay away from people who cannot control their anger, because it's another type of addiction that they would need to address if they realize that it's a problem.
Baby, just come. You are going to come back, right?
What do you mean?
You're going to come home when you're done?
Do you not want me to?
No, I want you to. I'm just wondering if
Where else would I go?
I don't know. I guess I just thought, it's like there's Jack.
Wait. Why would you say that?
I don't know. I guess I wondered without the booze, if you would want to come home. Because when you met me, you were drinking, and now you're not.
I wasn't drunk the whole time we were together.
I know, but...
So a breakthrough moment when he's in rehab and not drinking anymore, the question becomes, who is he as a person? Who are the people around him? Is he gonna return back home and be able to have a healthy relationship with his wife when he's not drinking? Because problems are gonna show up, and then he can't just cope by drinking. He has to know a new way to deal with that. And I would suggest go couple therapy, go do something to learn how to communicate instead of coping with pain in a different alcoholic way.
While you've been away, we've been back here in serious triage trying to clean up your fucking mess. She's never going to say this to you. She loves you too much. Just by staying married to you, she looks like a joke. It's embarrassing. Let's be honest, we both know it's only a matter of time before that's pushed aside again for the real thing. And when that happens, I don't want her anywhere near you.
The last thing I did was lie to him.
Listen to me. It isn't your fault. It just isn't. You know whose fault it was? Jack.
See, that's the thing. When addicts do not learn how to deal with life, other than going towards alcohol, they will make bad decisions. And I think he committed suicide in this movie, which is an extreme way of dealing with problems, meaning rejection and her manager not allowing Jack to play with his wife because of his unstable personality due to drug addiction and alcohol over the years, and not dealing with them. He couldn't prove to his wife, to her manager, to himself that he is going to be able to sustain sanity and adequacy during her career. So I don't mean to sound like stay away from addicts, but it's all about being conscious where to go. I just don't want you to think that an addict will change because of you. It's not going to happen. Addicts only change for themselves, and only when they mean it. So proceed with caution if you're really in love with an addict, because it's going to be a very, very rough road. So I didn't mean to sound downer, but I just know a lot about this topic, and I just want to warn you. That's a very good reason for people to get divorced. That's the point of this video. All right, I hope that was helpful. See you soon in my next consultation. Bye.